What's up? I want a little training update. This will actually be pretty short. Everything's going fine. Just the same old issue with the tennis elbow, which the root cause of it was a weak wrist. First, I started having wrist issues, and that led. I got my elbow hurt from an arm wrestling match. I had somebody who, in terms of difficulty of one arm, was like an 8 out of 10 for me. And when my 1 out of 10 scale is pretty much like 8 out of 10 means they were 80% as strong as me. I have put 80% effort. That's my 1 out of 10 scale. And I let them use 2 arms, which would be like the equivalent of me going against, like, I don't know, Levon or something. Because very strong dude. I humble most, like, what your average person considers a strong guy. I can beat them at arm wrestling with them using 2 hands. So this dude, I let him use 2 hands, and yeah, it kind of hurt me. Loud pop at my elbow. But my fault. But it all started with a weak wrist, my right wrist. And it didn't always used to be this weak. I used to train it a lot more. Like, lately I've focused more on different types of grip training. And I just kind of forgot, you could say, about the wrist. Like, I would treat my wrist exercises like most exercises, where I wouldn't do them for like once, maybe every 3 months. And because they were such a small, insignificant movement, wrist curls, they just never really interested me. Sometimes I would look over them and just not do them. Or my grip would be too fried from starting off a workout with a grip movement while doing like my big compound lift. At the end, I wouldn't have the ability to actually work my wrist. But I have a new training setup. It's not fully confirmed yet. It depends on life factors. But I do a different sort of wrist curl. Like the barbell wrist curl with 2 hands has always hurt my wrist. And even one hand, it's just too long and floppy. Most dumbbells, I don't like the stiff handle. Like, it just doesn't feel right either. And then with the regular dumbbell handle, one that kind of spins a little bit, you have to add a ton of weight and it gets all bulky and clanky. So I do a different wrist curl. You can do a bit more weight like this, well, due to the leverages. So, like, right now, keep in mind, my right wrist could do a tad more if it wasn't all screwed up right now. But right now, with a dumbbell, my like 1 rep max wrist curl is like a 105. Now on the landmine, that's one end of the bar, I like to grab the very end of it and put plates on it and do a wrist curl like that. And I was able to do a 45 and 225, so it's 95 pounds. But the landmine, the end of the bar, you're lifting like half the bar, so it's really like 115. But due to the leverages, it's actually slightly easier. But the thing is, it just feels better on your wrist. That's my experience, and other people have tried it, a handful of others. I did like 3 reps in my right hand and 1 with my left. Now, again, it's been a long time. I'm talking, I used to have strong wrist, like, because a lot of my arm wrestling movements, back pressure, cable hook, the cable top roll, strict curl, movements that are very important in arm wrestling. You can tell me a strict curl is not important, but why is it Denis Cyplenkov and Levon, like, literally, like, the 2 best arm wrestlers are, and they coincidentally can curl more than everyone else? I mean, you can answer me that one. Uh, so yeah, it's an important movement, but on all those movements, I can get 70% of what the top dude can get, pretty much. I'm right there, about 70%, 2/3. But my wrist, 50%. So, and yeah, that shouldn't be the case. But yeah, my wrist in terms of like max wrist curl. I mean, Levon was over there repping a 100 kilogram dumbbell, 220. Pretty much like I rep maybe 110, maybe if I'm fresh and not hurt. So yeah, this wrist thing's actually been bothering me for months. I mean, probably like 3 months. But yeah, I will not. Well, you got my current standard. The right now I did a 115. Pretty much that's what I'm calling it. A 45 and 225s. That's not my best. My all-time best right hand is actually 160 done in that fashion. Well, my left hand, it's 145 done in that fashion. And that is when I was 18 years old. Like, I can't answer this for sure. My 18-year-old self might have been able to beat me at arm wrestling, right? Well, before the tennis elbow thing. Like, it's hard to say. But at 18, I was arm wrestling some strong people, letting them use two hands, like people that grab my grip strength dill and get like 170, and I'd let them use two hands, and I would still humble them, and it was effortless. Now, in terms of grip strength and who challenges me, my max is like people now whose grip strength is like 140 with them using two hands. So it kind of makes me question, like, I wish there was a way I could arm wrestle my 18-year-old self. All I got is gym lifts, like how strong my arms are, and right now I can curl more. Not much more, but I can curl more. Like the strict curl, the thing with that is I figured out a more efficient way to strict curl. I can still curl more, but overall, like my dumbbell curl strength is like 10% more than when I was 18, done in the exact same fashion. It's like 10% more. But my grip strength, that's like the same thing. It's like 10% more. My chest, shoulder strength, 10% more. But my wrist strength, it's like 30-40% weaker. And I know wrist strength is a big deal. So it kind of makes me ask myself, like, could my 18-year-old self beat current me at arm wrestling? It really is a good question, because no joke, I felt unstoppable. Just like I really wanted to compete. And then certain life instances happened, and I never quite felt like that again. Maybe age and get more beat up. the aging gets ahead of my wisdom. But yeah, that being said, I will not arm wrestle anyone unless there is a really good reason. Which the very good reasons are very limited. There's probably about like 3, maybe 4 possible things that could make me do it. But I will not arm wrestle anyone because I got this tennis elbow, but I won't do it right or left hand until I can get my right hand landmine wrist curl up to 180. And again, the landmine wrist curl is easier than a standard like barbell, like grabbing the whole bar with one hand or dumbbell. My experience is a little easier. But of course, like I said, due to the levers, if you think of a teeter-totter seesaw, you'll have 100 pounds loaded on there, but because the one side of the other bar is leaning, it's not really that amount of weight. But it's the way I do it. I'm not comparing it to anyone else but me. I think arm wrestlers and everyone else should do it. It's a better movement. But yeah, because I think if I was fresh, I could have gotten 5 more pounds. I could have got 120. But yeah, until I can wrist curl 180, one hand, done in the fashion of a video I will soon upload, I'm not arm wrestling anyone. Because I think that has been my weak link. And I want to be at my best next time I arm wrestle someone. I want to be at my absolute best in every way. By the time I can build up to a 180, who knows, maybe I just add like 10 pounds a month. Maybe I'll increase it faster. I don't know. I know I can, because like I said before, I've been up to a 160 and I'm stronger than I was then. I am stronger. So that means my overall potential is higher, so I know I can get to 180. Which, I don't know, barbell wrist curl or dumbbell wrist curl, I think a 180 would be like equivalent to like a 150 or something, which it would put me about the 70% range where I should be. But yeah, when I get all that done, I do have 2 arm wrestling matches in mind of people I will need to go against. One will be my brother with him using 2 hands. And again, by that time, it might be like 15. And it will be a good battle. And another is against a very big, strong guy at my gym who overall is stronger than me. And he has me outweighed by 100 plus pounds. But yeah, those are 2 people I have planned to want to compete, because I have been able to beat my brother with him using 2 hands for a while, just until I got my elbow hurt. Now I can't. So by the time I get my wrist on peak, by then, praying, the elbow will be back to peak where I can do a freaking 200-pound top roll. So, or 250, because I did 175 and I had a little more in the tank. But even today I did like 60 pounds and it hurt my elbow. So who knows how long this is going to take. Who freaking knows. But I'm not arm wrestling until I get that 180 landmine wrist curl done in the same fashion I did the 115 today. I think I did it 3. Maybe it's 2. Who knows. But I did it.